Hello everybody, and welcome to our next hands-on review. For today's video, I'm going to be covering the Omthing Airfree earbuds. Before I get started, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's watched my first video. This is a brand new channel, so please don't hesitate to subscribe if you're interested in more music and tech-related content from me in the future, as well as liking and sharing these videos if you find any of them helpful. Also, if you hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button, you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Alright, so let's get to it. You've probably heard of the audio company One More in the past, but you probably haven't heard of Omthing. I know I hadn't before I started researching earbuds, and from what I can tell, they are an offshoot of One More that's based primarily in Asia. They seem to be brand new, and they seem to be catering more towards the value market. For instance, One More's popular line of true wireless earbuds in a magnetic case typically run, depending on the model, from $50 to $150, and I was able to get the Airfree earbuds for about $30. It was the One More connection to these headphones that made me believe I could trust purchasing them. I know $30 isn't a lot, but I don't want to make a purchase twice if I can make a smart purchase. And if you go online, for example on Amazon, and you're looking for earbuds in this price range, you are going to come across seemingly hundreds of cheap models that seem great, that have great reviews, but in my experience, you can't really trust Amazon reviews. You can't trust the chance of them being knockoffs. So it was important to me to know that the brand I was purchasing was legitimate. With that said, let's go over the product itself. So unfortunately, I don't still have the box or the manual, but I can assure you that it was packed securely, and you can check the manual online if you need to, which is not the end of the world either, as the controls and the charging for these headphones is very simple. Before I get into those specific features though, let's check out the materials of the case and the earbuds themselves. So as you can see, we have the Omthing name branded into the top of the case. It's a really understated case with just a front little notch to open, and you can see the charging port on the back. The first thing you'll probably notice when you have this case in your hand is that it's very light, which is a positive in my opinion, and it is small enough and sleek enough that you can put it in your shirt pocket, pants pocket, whatever, and you're not going to notice them. The texture is slightly rubbery, so easy to grip. I wouldn't say it's the highest quality case. I use these at work and at the gym, so as you can see, I've already got a couple scratches on them just from my keys being in my pocket, and I think that the hinge itself feels a little bit fragile, so I'm a little bit nervous about how long that is going to last, but seems good so far, so nothing really to write home about in terms of the case, but also nothing really to complain about either. Looking inside the case, we can see each earbud seated in their respective slots. They're pretty easy to get out. They have a little notch that helps you get your finger under there, and the magnet is pretty strong, so I like that they seem to sit in there pretty securely. And as you can see, when you drop the earbud back into its slot, it will briefly flash white and then turn blue to indicate that it is charging if it needs to charge. It will turn off if it doesn't really need to charge, and it will keep charging if you have the lid closed. And you can also plug in the USB-C port in the back to charge both the case and the headphones, and there will be a little white light in front of the case that turns on when the case is charging, and no light when it is done charging. I kind of don't like that there's no light when it finishes charging. It's definitely not the biggest issue, but I would rather have an indicator to show me that the case and the earbuds are at a full charge. Moving on, I do have to say that these earbuds fit fantastically. At least in my ears, that's the case. I would say that they're really snug. They're comfortable. I didn't have to change out the rubber tip, but you can always swap it if they don't fit your ears. And what I really liked about how these fit is you really don't have to mess with them to get the proper bass rumble that you're looking for. So I definitely have to be pleased about that. I will say that they also look pretty good in the ear. They aren't too bulky or noticeable. I'll give you a quick visual here. That they really don't stick out too much, and I appreciate them being more understated than not. So that's another positive in my opinion. Of course, the most important thing about any set of earbuds or headphones is how they sound. And if you're asking me, that is the highlight of the Omthing Airfrees. The sound quality is really amazing, especially for the price. And I was just very, very impressed by the range of sound and the depth that these earbuds achieve. You'll likely notice pretty quickly that the sound stage of these earbuds is really wide. And what I mean by that is the three-dimensional aspect to the sound versus left and rights and little details that you might notice. They're really, really spread out in these earbuds more than other headphones that I've had before. So it kind of helps to pick out little things that you might not have noticed in your music before, which I really like with these. And you can also download an Omthing app for whatever device you're listening with. And it's a really, really simple app. It only has one function, but it is used to update the firmware of the earbuds, which I updated it right away, so I can't really say I notice a huge difference from out of the box. But like I said, I really do think these sound great, especially for the price, and I'm very happy with the knowledge that if there are future updates to the firmware, that I'll be able to get them easily and quickly. All right, and so for some more technical information on these earbuds, the Airfrees do feature electronic noise canceling, which is a pretty cool technology which basically uses the earbuds microphones to listen to the outside noise and to basically make a matching white noise to play inside of your ear that basically offsets the outside noise. And it works pretty well on these. So even if you don't want to listen to music and you just want to block out outside noise, you have that option with these. There are 2 microphones per earbud, leading to 4 total, which the end result is if you're taking a call with these, the clarity is really impressive. Speaking of taking a call, these earbuds do have built-in touch controls, which they seem pretty responsive. To answer a phone call, all you have to do is double tap either earbud. You can play and pause your song by double tapping the right earbud. You can hold and switch your calls by double tapping either, and you can hang up one call and go back to the call that's on hold by double tapping either. That's about it. You can double tap the left earbud to bring up your device's voice controls. So if you have your phone set up with Siri or Google or whatever, you can then request the next song or volume up or down. However, at least with my device, I can only use the voice controls when my lock screen isn't activated. So that kind of defeats the purpose of using the voice controls with these earbuds, because then I have to pull out my phone and unlock it. And by the time I've done that, I can just use the phone to skip my song or change the volume. So I do really wish that these earbuds had a manual way to change the track or the volume, but with touch controls, it's kind of tricky to include all of that. So I guess I understand it, but I still wish that I had some way to change the volume or the track without having to pull out my phone or use the voice controls. The Airfrees are listed to have a 10-meter Bluetooth range as well, which in my experience seems to be more than accurate, and I haven't really noticed any issues with the signal breaking up due to too many walls or too much distance or too many other devices in the area, which is definitely a positive. Okay, so the last technical thing I wanted to go over with these earbuds is the battery life. Altogether, you can get 20 hours worth of use out of these earbuds on a full charge, and it breaks down that you can get 4 hours per session of the earbuds, and then you can get 5 total sessions with a fully charged case. I will say that 4 hours per session is definitely on the lower side for this type of earbud, but it's fine for me. And I especially think it's okay because these come with USB-C charging, which charges the case and earbuds within an hour and a half, which I think is plenty fast to get then 20 hours worth of use out of them. So not a source of complaint for me, but it may be for you. If I did have one issue about these earbuds that I would like to bring up, is that I've encountered quite a few audio dropouts with them. Now, I did say that the connectivity is good with these, and I do stand by that, but these audio dropouts have occurred at least 10 times in the month that I've owned these earbuds, so I can't really say that it's a fluke, but typically they only last for about a second or so, so it's really just enough for you to kind of wonder what's going on, and then your music starts back up. So ultimately, not a huge issue either, especially given the price. All right, so to sum up, I think if you are in the market for a value set of earbuds, the Omthing Airfrees are a great choice. If you can afford a better model, sure, go ahead, but I believe for the overall package that's included with these, you will be hard-pressed to spend your $30 in a better way. Thank you to everyone who has watched this video. Thank you to everyone who has watched my first video, and to anybody who has liked, shared, or subscribed to my content. I really, really appreciate it. Any support, any feedback, I very much welcome, and I hope to talk to you soon. All right, thank you.